Greetings everyone, and Great here of another Rollout 3 replay. As well on the north side as the Green Soviets, we have a bunch 8T4nAAAAA. Spawn as the yellow allies, we have DBGC. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. This name on this YouTube video is probably going to be unusually long. Enjoy. You now have these bears advancing on forward. We do have these dogs advancing on forward. The bears, however, are going to sea because that's where sea bear attacks usually happen. And dogs are making their way there out onto land. We got one dog here, make that two dog. And got a free kill by the dog, but the bear gets a double stun there, so he will win this fight. Statistically, you'll probably lose two mutual deaths there, but in this case, Green does pull out ahead, and he does have the roar off on cooldown, so he does get the free bark on. And it is a dog eat bear world, as a bear eat dog world. Does miss that bark, or that maybe that wasn't his bark. Does get gunned down by a conscript. He can start cleaning out the garrison with the Molotovs. The bear does go down. Peacekeepers garrisoning the civilian structure. And we do got a dog here. The bear has its roar. He does get the roar there. If he would have skipped a dog, no, even if he would have skipped a dog, he probably would not get the kill there. He does get inside the oil derrick. Green has claimed his oil derrick as well. Got conscripts on patrol move. Put the bear down south, and over here, let's see. We have a naval yard. He may be eyeing for some riptides. We do got some javelin troops now being deployed on field. No barracks at the moment. And now we do got a riptide. And this conscript will be gunned down. We'll spot all these forces. You guys have this garrison. Garrison, not exactly sure how many though. Javelin troop can be used to clear it out. Does receive a bit of fire there with the riptides. And now the javelin troops advance forward, ready to get some laser locks. Laser locks are coming on in, we'll be able to, does clear the garrison. There was at least 3 conscripts there. And now there's 1 conscript there. Make that 0 conscript. There's a flak trooper inside this garrison, very nice. Laser locks will be able to clear it out. And right now his defensive position is not looking all that great. He could go for a sentry gun. He has a bit of time to get one out of the field. A lot less time now. You've got some sickles on the field. Going for mass sickle probably would be a good idea. Jump on top of the javelin troops first. Got 2 sickles on the field. And now the MCV's packed on up, trying to go for some crushes. And does get a crush there. Sickles can just start advancing forward, picking off some of these individual infantry units here. We do got a terror drone there. Sickles going for the javelin troops. We got a turret deployed on the field now. Does gun down all the javelin troops there. More crushes by the MCV. Does miss this one here. One of the sickles do go down. And now I do have an airfield here. Soviet player could pack on up, deploy a barracks and try for our engineer cap. That was what I would try to do. War sickles deployed on the field. These conscripts are a little bit exposed. So is the power plant. And we do have a flak cannon being deployed on the field, trying to camp the airfield. Probably too close because the Vindicators can get a bomb run right next to the deployment location. And he's not eyeing for a barracks at the moment. He's deploying out something. I think a power plant. It's just a barracks over here. Sickles will get some quick damage there, trying to save his refinery. Riptide's trying to pursue these sickles. I think he's just eyeing for a counterattack. We got a good number of bearers in this region. And now the flak tower has deployed on the field. He wanted to go for a power plant. And this refinery is almost down. Sickle will make its way forward. Soon they're going to be an equal economy due to this harassment. There's another sickle here. The command post has already been put on the field. Yellow's not doing good in economy either. So both sides are down to the minimal. Green actually has economy going. Yellow has no economy going, barring the oil. No, Green has both oil decks. This is, even though Yellow's in a strong position, he's actually in a very bad position. Going for more walls there. Very nice. Sells off that refinery. As long as he one of these go in, he has much more economy than his opponent. And now he has tasked this prospector over here. He sells this one. Very, very good play there. Getting one refinery up and going is better than having 0 income. Trying to go for walls that can stop the MCV. And due to these Terror drones, he will crush both of these Riptides. Very, very good. Green's position is looking exceedingly better. So has his ore collector there, so he does have a backup just in case. Block cannon receiving a bit of fire there. May want to just sell that off at the moment. Nice point out something, not sure what. It is a barracks up here. He may be trying to go for engineer cap. He does spot the wall. He does get a wall second there. That is a javelin troop, not an engineer. And does tie up the MCV there for MOFA terror drone. But he's locking down these power plants. Very, very nice. The conscript does pop out. We'll get some good damage there. Going to the engineer cap. He needs to sell this off. He's not paying attention. And loses the Soviet war factory. Big oversight there. Now there's actually a... Why is there so many sickles right there? Losing the Soviet war factory is a bit of a problem. Maybe best just to sell it off at this point in time. Maybe pretty low in credits. Let's take a look what he has. I can understand him trying to keep it. Does of course give him some production to work with. This is the Soviet player. Has a good amount of credits to work with. Blue has a small amount of credits to work with as well. And yellow or green is now eyeing for the naval expansion. Does have 2 of these ore clips here. He's going to try to run away and get them crushed to get a good amount of cash going. May want to get this refinery up and going as well. Sickle schemes for damage there. Desolator strike will come on in, forcing the prospector out of this region. Yellow once again on minimal or no economy. Does get an airfield out. Sells off the war factory. Still needs to get out a refinery. Because this one can only hold for so much. And excellent play there. Using the terror drone, he may have trouble killing it, but he can maybe make it not move again without killing it. Now we'll go and gun it down. He will lose one of the sickles there. He does get a bit of cash bounty there as well. Green is in a great position. Yellow has now an expansion or a new primary base up and going. Green also has one refinery up and going as well. Going for, is that a naval yard? Yes, it is a naval yard. Some stingrays potentially could be useful. There's an airfield. Some bullfrogs will not hurt. And these ore collectors are making their way back to the crusher crane now. They can withstand a bit of a beating there to get over the crusher crane, and they can get their cash refund with any health remaining. Any health above 0, I should say. We do now have a cryo shopping quantum field. Let's take out that unit there. Prospector does get frozen. He does have 2 prospectors here. He can retask one of them on this line. Stop building it and swap it out. It hasn't been crushed yet. Don't crush it. Don't crush it. Don't crush it. And there we go. He realized, like, wait a second. This will save him a bit of credits. It costs 1,400, and the cash crushing it will give you 1,050. Oil derricks aren't going down. He still has the other oil derrick alive. Not under siege as well. And these sickles are getting repaired by the crusher crane. Green does get an expansion down south. Very nice. And multiple crusher cranes? That's a little bit questionable, to say the least. And this refinery is still going up and going for yellow as well. Yellow has 2 refineries. Green has 2 refineries. Green still also has a single oil derrick. This is Green's economy. He has 1,600 credits. His opponent has 3. It's hard to say who's in a better position right now. Green does have some bullfrogs out. He knows about at least the various air forces. Tesla coil going on up. He's trying to siege down this refinery with a Tesla coil. And Oil Derrick will go down. Greymane, once I start getting this expansion going, I wonder. Oh, we'll capture the Allied power plant. Okay, unusual, but he captures a power plant. Whatever. Okay, I don't really know if that's a great play or a bad play. Power plants do cost 800 credits, so it does get a 300 credit discount with that, with a high prone to failure. Bullfrog seen a bit of damage there. Does have nearby Crusher Crane for repairs now. Ore Collector here is dead apparently. And this refiner's seen quite a bit of damage now. He's got some more Bullfrog. The Stingray wouldn't hurt to hit that Peacekeeper as well. And the power plant down here got sold off. Okay. Weird. Bear advancing forward. He won't be able to get Roar off to stun him because he is fully heroic. The bear does get gunned down by the civilian structure. And there goes that ore collector. And this ore refiner received quite a bit of abuse there. Does get a fresh ore collector. And this ore refiner will go down relatively shortly. Goes down. He's got an ore collector and that Crusher Crane. Another bear advanced on forward. He's scratching his butt. He really wants to be petted by the Peacekeeper, right? Conscript pulls on Molotov and gets the kill there on the Peacekeeper. And then kill out the garrison as well. Very, very nice. It does crush that ore collector. Got the Bullfrogs trying to get some damage there. Does get one of the big kills, but does lose both those Bullfrogs. Yellow does have expansion down here somehow. Green has established expansion over here. Yellow's walls could be sold off. More Bullfrogs going on up. He's trying to get another refinery. Indicator's now moving down south. Does see some flak fire there. Oh, cryo shot or blast was right there. And he's trying to pull Molotovs there. He does not get the kill with the bear. And he's still got this Peacekeeper in this region. Looks like that's been pulled on off. It's going to need to get a bit of defense here. Crusher Crane does go down there as well. Trying to get inside this garrison. The area should be able to be walled off. Yes, it does. And that Peacekeeper now only provides spotting. We now have a Soviet airfield being redeployed. He may be eyeing for some, what's it called? MiGs. Who cares what's in his hand? Bullfrog's getting some damage down the Vindicators as they fly about. It's in his hands, out of curiosity. I can't. How do I rotate the camera? I guess I can't really rotate the camera in this game. I probably can if I know the buttons for it. Riptide's now advancing from onto the sea. He needs to get out a Twin Blade to deal with him, or Stingray. He's been taxing his economy a little bit too much. Now with the multi-gunner IV in the region, may need to get out something else. Does get a Twin Blade now up and firing. Slowly blowing down these Riptides. Of course, he does have the Crusher Crane here for repairs. Getting some damage there onto these ore collectors as well as ore refinery. It does get a burst there. Needs to reverse out of there. You see a pretty big burst there. And here comes Discharge, taking out both of those Riptides. Stingray will now advance towards the coastline, able to get some shore bombardment onto those IFEs. And the Conscript does get taken out by this now heroic Conscript. Aerodrome does get a little snare there. Vindicator's advancing forward, trying to get a good farm run onto the ore refinery, and the multi-gunner IFEs do clean that up. And it's going to immediately crush the ore collector. Give him a pretty good cash refund there. Hammer taking some good damage as well. This expansion has not been hit, and nor has expanded out over here. We also got 3 expansions for versus yellows 4. And I do have this air drone trying to get a infect. Does stop on the node there, preventing him from able to infect the prospector. Very, very nice. Gotta be careful of the multi-gunner turret that's going to be popping out relatively soon. See one being queued up now. And something else big being researched. I think that's going to be max clearance. Twin blades advance on forward, get some damage on the prospector now. Multi-gunner turret has been pulling a few. Saves the prospector for now, but is severely damaged. And does see a pretty big burst there. Missiles do connect, taking out the prospector, and now the twin blade's going to be backing off, trying to get some repairs. We have an Akula sub here. I think it's going. This Akula sub can traverse underneath these bridges to engage, say, over here. And now we've got these MiGs. Looks like they may have got some damage on something. They do fall back now. Oh, looks like they do find these Vindicators, preventing them from getting any usage of the Cryogeddon. Got pretty good freeze there. It's going to take a bit of time for these things to be unthawed. Hammer takes advancing on forward. And wait, is there there's a Stingray cannon in one of those. Did he sap his Stingray in order to get these hammer tanks an extra gun? Huh. It does provide some anti-infantry support as well. It becomes half a Tesla tank. Gets a good bomber run there. It's the hammer ray is still up and going. Sells off that multi-gunner turret there. Puts low power for a brief moment. The other one's going to be leeching down the other multi-gunner turret there. Do have a terror drone in this region, help him protect himself from that tree. Now here comes another bomber run. Does take out the hammer ray. And this multi-gunner turret will go down. He does shrink it there, and does back off in time. We've got some more Molotovs being thrown right there. Gain some good damage onto these wall segments. And over here, we do have now the Akula sub harassing this naval expansion. I would, if you can use ultra torpedoes, that'd be great. Oh, and I think he used ultra torpedoes too close. I think he splashed himself big time. Does take out the multi-gunner turret there. Do we see another multi-gunner turret on the build queue? We do. Akula sub is quite damaged. And there's another multi-gunner turret there. He's starting to re-submerge. Receiving a couple more missile hits. And he may need to just sort of stay back or get some fire support and then use ultra torpedoes and engage with. Let's get lined up, ready for ultra torpedoes. Now the twin blades advancing on forward as well. Taking out some of these walls, like these conscripts. Finds a pretty good missile hit there onto the multi-gunner turret. Of course, there's now another multi-gunner turret to now deploy on the field. Investing a lot to deal with this harassment. He does get another missile hit there, and now he should be able to use ultra torpedoes to finish off the refinery. It does take out the refinery before it goes down. Prospector is still alive, so it can set up the command hub. There's already another command hub in that region. Molotov still raining on in. Do got a sizable assault there with a bunch of trees. Navy Yard has gone down. Does take out one of those Vindicators. And I do have Athena's raining on in. As airfield does go down, we do have the crush crane now seeing some attacks. Does sell that one off as well. Our drone receives a bit of damage there as well. And now looks like we had a Desolator strike being called on in. Yep, there's Desolator strike. And the aircraft does get shot down there. Not like that matters much. Twin Blades advance forward, trying to get some good damage there onto the Prospector. Does take out that one. Eyeing for another one. And that Prospector goes down. The Apollo's quickly in pursuit. He does not have enough ammo to shoot all these Twin Blades down, but at least can get a good number of kills. Motorgunner IPs get some damage there as well. Got, I think, MiGs. No, got these Bullfrogs seeing the remaining Twin Blades. Now the Cyber Force has to fall back from these Multi-Gunner IVs. You've still got a sizable force here. Javelin troops advance forward. This garrison still at full health. He does make himself in home in there. You have naval expansion up here as well. He could go for another naval yard. Currently, green has 3 expansions. Yellow currently has the 1, 2, 3, 4. Though some of these are not collecting at the moment, of course. Got a pair of MiGs out in the field to support these Twin Blades. We've still got a sizable army here that pose massive threat to air forces and to bears. After all, bears can't fight orbital lasers all too well. Mirage tanks, of course, will rip apart these walls in no time. War factor is trying to go on down here. And now I got these Twin Blades advancing forward, trying to get a good pick there onto these Mirage tanks. Does get one of the Mirage tanks there, very nice. And did use that structure there to absorb some shots there. All is advancing forward, does receive a bit of fire, but does escape on out of there. We do got a good number of Hammer tanks here. If he's able to focus on these Mirage tanks, the Hammer tanks can hit everything else. And none of these, and a couple of these Mirage tanks are quite damaged. One of those Twin Blades do go down. We do have the Athena cannon now infected. It does go and snare one of these multi-gunner IVs. There's finally good volley there onto the refinery. The Warcraft does go down, sells off the ore refinery. Does take out the Athena cannon, however, and the Terror drone does get immediately frozen and destroyed. The Mirage tanks are right there with the Javelin troops. Is there a Desolator strike right there? I thought I saw a green flare. Big kill there. Clears out the garrison as well. That is a lot of Javelin troops now down, which is a pretty sizable part of the Yellow Army there. Another power plant now being frozen down as well. We got a bear out to sea. Makes you back out in time. He does have a crusher crane next to them as well. Now the crusher crane is not on land, so it won't be able to crush any sort of land unit if needed. Twin Blades advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there onto the multi-gunner turret. Does take it out. Got some missile hits raining on in. Prospector does go down as well. And there goes that command hub. Sells off all this remaining infrastructure. Doesn't believe it can save onto it, so it decides to sell off nice and early. Last of those wall segments have gone down. Twin Blades now advances up north, trying to get some harassment here. This ore mine has 500 credits remaining, or 12,500. Now you got the motor gunner turret now destroyed. Still another one, however. There may be just only Peacekeeper inside this garrison as well. Got another motor gunner IFEs advancing forward, trying to hit these Twin Blades. Let's get another good pick there. I still believe there's no javelin troop in there. Oh, and down south we do have Cryogeddon plus Cryocopters, able to quickly freeze out entire exchange site there. And he lost one of the Vindicators through that explosion. Could have just focused that one down, use it to shatter everything in the region. Soviet MCVs now being targeted and being frozen down. Got everything now being called in to respond to save it. No Vindicators in the region, however, and he will save the Soviet MCV. Warbear making his way back onto land. There's a good amount of anti-aircraft in this region, so these Twin Blades can't really engage. It looks like he will find them, however. And he does manage to back off before actually engaging. Got this bear. I think there's two bears there. And maybe just one. I don't know why I thought there was two. Bear now seeing a bit of fire there. And the bear does go down. Satellites are raining on in. I think it's level 3 satellite. Yes, it is. Gets some good damage there. Does save the Prospector. Prospector, he does have to sell off the ore refinery. Ah, Sputnik. And wait, that's a Chronosphere. Chronosphere not available. He is going to teleport in on Tanya. But he teleported Tanya's motor gunner turret straight into some hammer tanks. Ah, it's a shame that we see such a rare event where the Chronosphere is not being used to assassinate entire army in a single click or 2 clicks. And into something a little fun. And it failed. Oh. Time to breach the front line. We got these Twin Blades now base on forward as well. This base can be hit once again. Does already have 2 motor gunner turrets on the field. I wonder if he has 2 MCVs. More motor gunner turrets being put on the field. Another Tanya now deployed on the field. Now Paul's do get some damage there on these Twin Blades. He can couple them out. Get some good damage on the refinery. Receive some anti-aircraft fire. Paul's not base score. There's a good number of them here. Bullfrogs are not even in sea yet. Now they're at sea. Rolling back the Crusher Crane. Got the Apollos over here. On the Veteran C1.
Someone's a little cheesed off.
There's a shrunken motor gunner IFE here, and I think that's loaded for Tanya. Tanya pops on out, we'll find the Twin Blades and gets gunned down with the Twin Blades. That was not a good plan. Again. Paul's pushing way forward, trying to get another engagement on something. Find some of these Twin Blades there. There's also a fully heroic MiG in the sky. He still has an airfield. I'm not sure where the rest of the MiGs may be at. Got a good number of javelin troops here. We've got multiple Mirage tanks here, or suspicious looking trees, I should say. Motor gunner turrets and Cryocopters are advancing along the right flank. Got a couple sentry guns, or at least a flak tower going on up. Does use a cash bounty on these forces. Hammer tanks are not engaging just yet. Twin Blades, however, are trying to find a potential engagement. He could destroy the bridge. I think he's trying to destroy the bridge. And he may have gotten one of them moved there at the bridge destruction. Those are definitely a good try. Does lose some more Twin Blades in return, however. Chronosphere now available. Desert Trek does connect. Takes out the aircraft. Chronosphere maybe just used this time to assassinate the enemy. Got another Tanya. I don't see a multi-gunner IV for him. Bullfrogs moving around. You still got a sizable army right here. Now these bullfrogs are heading across the bridge. Twin Blades are advancing as well. Bear has been launched to the high ground. We got a Javelin troop here. He may be able to destroy the bridges himself. These Apollos do get some damage onto a Twin Blade. He's on the phase 4. Gets good damage. Does take out a power plant. Bear has been dropped on in. And there's a lot of multi-gunner turrets right there. A little bit too many. Bullfrogs are trying to escape out to sea. Let's get some damage on the bullfrogs. Apollo's making their way up north. He is keeping the bullfrogs very close by to these what's it called? Twin Blades. Does pick one of the bullfrogs up. Not sure what he's trying to do. Does find a power plant there. Does pick it off. And does not put in the low power. Warp shot. Now there's a proton collider there. And now he's low in power. Needs to focus on these other power plants. Does take out that power plant there. Very good. Could hit this another power plant there. That's going to be a lot of missing power for the allied player. He's going to go straight for the prospector. And decides to stay in region until he gets out more power plants and to save his Twin Blades from going down. He's still low in power there. And I do have a vacuum plotter and Iron Curtain now put on the field as well. He is also low in power. Got a super reactor now going on up. Up there, does get some good damage there. Firing ultra torpedoes there. Desert Trek does connect there, gains good damage. This ore field is depleted. This ore field is depleted. This one has 250 credits left, so that's basically depleted, and depleted. All the players are now working on depleted economy, barring these outskirts. This one has 15,000 credits left. This one does have 7,000. Surgical strike does take out that structure there. Needs to get that ore collector back home and crush it. We got Natasha on the field as well. Good flak fire there onto these Apollos. And there goes a bunch of hammer tanks there with the chronosphere. Does get himself a free Terror drone. Next superpower available is the Iron Curtain. Then after that is a Proton Collider. And then, actually no, we'll see the chronosphere before we see the Proton Collider. We have a slow game right now. Against these low eco games, both players just become very defensive. Soviet players no credits at the moment. The allied player actually has 8,000 credits stored up.
Aircraft carrier leaving port.
Aircraft carrier now deployed on out. You know as well, he doesn't actually have an airfield on the field as well, and he still has those Apollos in the field, right? Yep, he still has Apollos. They will not get burnt up as long as they have ammo. Down troops get some damage there. They'll expand some of the ammo now, get some good damage there. That's fun. The aircraft carrier does take out the aircraft carrier in time. The Apollo's now starting to get gunned down by these bullfrogs. At least 3, maybe 4 went down there. Some started now deployed on the field. There's 17,000 credits left here, and over here we still got 18,000 credits. So plenty of credits in the middle of the map. And now I do have a Dreadnought being deployed on the field that can pick off all this infrastructure, no problem. However, a crowd push way over here. They may find the Dreadnought. Does fire a good volley there. Iron Curtain still not available in another 20 seconds. He may need to use Iron Curtain to save it. Nothing area to stop him from being shattered. Got a Riptide right there. He may need to get an Iron Curtain onto that before it goes down. More Bullfrogs facing forward. Of course, the large gate is shrunk down. Multiple of these crowd cups going down since he does not have an airfield. These are permanent losses. And Iron Curtain, and nope. Been an oversight there, not using Iron Curtain. Ooh, a bigger oversight there as well. He's losing so much this high tier structures. He lost at least 2 Athenas, 2 Mirage tanks, and probably a bit more than that. Both sides are losing quite a bit of powerful assets. In a low econ game, that means they're just simply not going to be alive. Curtain Collider's almost up and going. With that, he can use the Iron Curtain to help protect him from the barrage, wherever it may land. Prospector may go down here. Proton Collider's available. Proton Sphere available. Iron Curtain available. Engineer does get bombed by the aircraft carrier. Not sure what was there. Dreadnought flying away. Gets good damage onto the ore refinery. And Natasha does pilot snipe and capture up an assault destroyer. He could use the black hole armor to keep his bullfrogs safe. There's Proton Collider. Does get some infrastructure there. Vacuum player still is counting down. Does take out the naval yard, repairing everything else. That'd be a bit expensive there. Now the next item that will be, if it is available, is the Iron Curtain and then the vacuum imploder. Twin Blades advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there onto the aircraft carrier. Get now being put on the field. And does not freeze down the Assault Destroyer, trying to shoot everything else. Needs to focus on the Crowdcopters. Assault Destroyer, Vacuum Imploder does get frozen, but nothing to shoot. Vindicator, Iron Curtain's it. Definitely worth using Iron Curtain than that. Vacuum Imploder will be available in 1 second. It is a lot of infrastructure here. This may be a good spot for a Vacuum Imploder. Yeah, I think hitting it right here would be a good spot. We'll get the airfield, get a good number of power plants. Vacuum planter still available. I'm just trying to keep an eye on that, and I'm just a little bit paranoid, trying not to miss it. You have the assault destroyer moving around. Yep, I'm just waiting for the vacuum float at this point in time. You could combine it with a cash bounty as well. Get a good, well, cash bounty. Oh, that javelin troop is down. If he hits on these power plants, he can put this entire area to low power, destroy it off quickly with those twin blades. We do got still this assault destroyer over here. Apollo gets gunned down. So waiting for the vacuum floater. Trying to freeze down the assault destroyer now. Oh, and there's a vacuum floater as I mentioned beforehand. Gains some great damage all across the back line. Putting on very low power there. He can pick off a lot of power plants in time. In fact, oh, we do have, I think that's Desolate Airstrike. I think it can now pull it out, emitting. Does get some good amount of infantry there. I think that was the second level Desolate Airstrike. Does go, he's going for the kill there, getting some good damage there on those multi-gunner IFVs. There's so many twin blades here. Get some good kills there. Desolate Airstrike does more power going down. Cryo again now being put on field, trying to deal with those bullfrogs. I think the allied player, he's losing too much infrastructure. He just needs to sell everything up here. It's worth it just to sell it off, because it's a lot of credits stored up here. Over here looks like the cool stuff has cleaned up everything there. The allied player has definitely got a lot of power back. But for more power plants, has nothing to stop these twin blades at the moment. He needs javelin troops. He has good enough javelin troops everywhere though. And there's the cryostasis, the chronostasis ability. I'm not sure what level. It does combine with the surgical strike there. Hits the heroic one, which does survive. Allied player still needs a bit more power. Naval expansion has been cleaned up. It is now depleted. This one over here shows 3,000 credits. Soviet player has a handful of credits to work with. The Allied player still has 7,000 credits as well. Plenty of clearance to work, just needs a lot of power. A lot of power. Though the actual energy consumption is actually not too bad. Because he lost most of his turrets, so this is a little bit misleading. You'll probably need one more power plant after this. No, it needs a bit more than that. Satellites running on in. Sells off the multi-gunner turret there, very good. Level 3 satellite will raid on in. We'll like destroy that
at your service.
satellite there. Satellite power plant. Gala base has been gutted up quite a bit. Does get an effect on some of these units, but of course it was right next to a naval yard there. Stopping this ore refinery again quickly. That's his only source of income at the moment. And I don't know why he's trying to infect this hydrofoil. And now we've got some invulnerable paradrones here. Uses Iron Curtain on them. Of course, I think that can still be repaired up. No, it can't be repaired up with the Iron Curtain active. Will it last long enough? He's getting repairs, and there we go. Iron Curtain wore off there. That's an interaction you don't see every day. So, it can still be repaired, but cannot be destroyed under Iron Curtain Terror Drones. Interesting. Not going to be that useful because the repair rate's still pretty good. And it was cut closer to the fact that he kept them moving their unit around. The allied base still does not have his super weapons being recharged. In fact, the vacuum plotter has a shorter cooldown countdown timer than the proton collider. I can't select the allied players. Even the allied player technically in the game. There it goes. I'm not sure what's going on. He has no credits remaining as well. He simply does not have enough power. He needs to... Did he cancel the multi-gunner turret there? Yes, he did. He needs to sell off on super weapons. Oh, no, he does get enough power now. He does not have enough credits for another prospector. He may need to sell off one of his super weapons. Because he only has this one refinery, does not build anything. He needs to sell some of these multi-gun turrets. You only need 1,000 credits for allies. He can sell off some of these multi-gun turrets there in order to get enough credits for it. Sorry, I just saw your Rumble comment. You can hear that when I get to the main menu. Kyle again now pull out on the field, trying to freeze down the vacuum plotter once again. He's starting to force fire the ground, trying to get them both. And gets the vacuum plotter there. Very, very important. These are critical assets to take out. But we got now the twin blades smash their way through everything. Allied player low power once again. Let's take out the quadcopters. Dolphin's still alive though. Oh, wait! You can hit the flying units, or those missiles. He phased out his stuff. Are those missiles just frozen in air? Yeah, those missiles get frozen in air, so that affects projectiles. I never knew. Because nobody ever goes for that ability. And this is going may just do a mass sell-off now. He's low on power. Yep, there you go, back off the game now. This is Adam Gray saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay.